Hello everyone, how are you? Let me know if you can hear me. Okay, let me know if you can hear me. If you can hear me. Can you hear me? Hello, hello. Okay, nice. So I can see that it stacks a little bit. I don't know what's wrong with my internet connection lately, but I've also changed places, and I think that I need to call my internet provider to ask why my internet speed is so low, because I hate it. I work with internet like 24/7, so I hate when that thing happens. Your camera is not performing well though. I don't think I should swear. Okay, Nick, if it continues to be like in a really low quality, like let me know and I will check it again, okay? Yeah, I can see also Bono says that it's lagging a lot. I can see preview and it seems okay to me. Now it's fine. Okay, thanks Bono. So, if you have like any new people here, first of all, my name is Eleftheria. I know it's a little bit difficult to be pronunciated, so you can just call me Elef. And I am a front-end developer, but I do many things all the time. I like to create content, I like creating YouTube videos, I like to be like on social media and chatting with you guys and stuff like that. So I'm really happy doing this live, because I used to do more live streams, but then I didn't have much time, so I stopped doing these lives. But I will try to do them more often, because like I really like communicating with you. Yeah, I will also try to look on the chat as much as I can, and I can see that you guys that say that it's lagging. Let me check a little bit the settings and we will see what we can do with them. Okay, just give me a sec. Okay, I just made some changes for my camera, so I don't know if it's better or worse, but let me know. Okay, so I will start with a question. So first I asked if you had like any questions on Instagram, and I don't know if you're following me on Instagram, but it's Elefintech, my name, my username there, and I got a few questions and I will try to answer them. Every time, like if you have a different opinion than me, of course feel free to leave it in the comment, and as I said, I will try to check it as much as I can. So the first question is, how many programming languages do I know? I don't know a lot of programming languages. I used to work with JavaScript and AngularJS. So AngularJS, not Angular 2, 4, 6 or 8, just AngularJS. And after that I started learning a little bit of Java and Kotlin, but I don't think that my level in Java or Kotlin is, that high. So I prefer working with JavaScript, and I also know a little bit of Python. So now my plans for the future is definitely to learn Python, and I think that I will go for Vue.js. Many people go for React, but I will go for Vue. I don't know, I think that I prefer that. Okay, yeah, thanks Nick for sharing also my Instagram account. I will continue with the next one, the next question, which I think is a little bit weird. It says, do you want to become a CEO? I don't think that I want to become a CEO, at least I don't want to be a CEO like right now, because I don't think that I have the knowledge to do something like that. I don't think that I know how to manage a company. I don't have like any new idea in order to do a company. So I definitely don't want to become, at least right now, a CEO. I think that a CEO should be someone that has some experience, and my experience so far is quite low. Okay, hello to the new people that are coming right now. The next question that's coming from Aman, it says, what would you choose, web design or web development? I think that I would choose, actually I don't know, I'm not sure, I haven't thought of that. I used to work as a web developer and I really like that, but I have also started liking more and more web design. Not only like the designing part, but maybe more the UX part, and the UX part comes before the design part and obviously before the coding. And if you have like watched a lot of my videos here in YouTube, you know that I like UX design and UX research. People have the misconception that UI design is the same as UX design, which is not, like it's really not. So yeah, I think that I prefer UX design over UI design, but I'm not sure if I prefer web development or design. Maybe I prefer them or I like them equally. Okay, what else? Then there is another question from a fellow YouTuber. I don't think that I can pronounce his name correctly, so I'm not going to try to do that. And it says, what are your inner feelings before live videos? I wonder if they are similar than me or with me. And when I do a live video, I don't think that I have like a particular feeling. Usually I'm very chilled as I am right now. I prefer not having technical issues as I'm having right now, because I can say that my image is lacking a bit. So sometimes I'm thinking, will I have a technical issue or not? But other than that, like I don't think that I feel something different than what I'm usually feeling, because what I'm showing to the videos is my real life. I'm not pretending something that I'm not. So I have the same feelings, either like I'm streaming or not. And again, for the people that have seen my previous videos, the previous live videos, usually it's just me studying, and this is something that I would do normally. So I said, like, why not to stream it? Hello, Aman. Hello. We just answered your question previously, so maybe you could check a little bit earlier. Another question is some tips related to designing app developer, it says. So I'm not sure if this question is about how to become an app developer or designing specifically for apps. Yeah, so I would say that for being an app developer, my experience again is only for a few months. For me, it was a bit difficult, as I said, because I was coming from a JavaScript world, and of course it depends what you want to do. So let's start all over again. If you want to be an app developer, first you have to choose if you want to go for native, and if you want to go for iOS, or if you want to go Android, or if you don't want to go native and you want to be able to code for both platforms. I will tell you my experience first with coding for both platforms. Because I was coding with JavaScript, I really like it. And apps, it's something that you see all the time. Maybe 10 years ago, they weren't like so high as they are right now, but now everyone uses apps. So I think that it's a profession that will go high in the future as well. But to go back to your question, my first suggestion would be to decide what you want to be, like an Android developer or a Swift iOS developer, and then focus on that. Try to build stuff, so don't only watch, tutorials, but try to do your own stuff as well. This is something that it really helped me. Be patient and be very focused on what you want to do and with what you want to learn. So I'm not sure if I answered your questions because it was not very clear. Okay, let's see if we got anything else. Okay, so another question is, what's your drive to focus and stay consistent with learning new skills? And here I would say that in general I am a very consistent person, and it takes again time to learn to be consistent. Sometimes people also ask me how can you study so much, or how can you be concentrated, and other stuff like that. But for me is that I have to do so many things, so I really have to be focused on those stuff, because if I'm not focused, then it will take me more time to finish those things. And I don't want that. I want to do something, I want to finish that something, and then to continue with something new. And I guess that all of us have many things to do on our daily life. So when you start doing something, just really be concentrated on that, because if you don't finish it, then you will need more time in order to redo it. So that's how I think, and I think that this helps me to be better, I guess. But I have also talked a lot in the past about being consistency and being focused on one thing at a time. I wouldn't suggest you to multitask, at least it doesn't help me. And I have also read a lot of researches that says that multitasking is actually not working. So I wouldn't say multitask, but I would say focus on one thing at a time. Okay, let's see what else we have. I don't think that I have anything else here. Okay. Let's go to this question that says, how you start your morning, workout or reading? It depends. It depends. Usually I will read a little bit, and I prefer to work out later in the day. So usually it will be reading or studying, but also I have to go to work in the morning. So I work part-time, not full-time. I changed jobs in October, and I stopped working full-time because I didn't have time for my master's. So I changed jobs, and I also started working part-time, which is really cool. Anyway, so now usually I will go to my work in the morning, and I also started working not from home but from the workplace, and this also takes me some time, to drive there and then come back home, relax a little bit, and then I will start studying my own things. So usually in the afternoon I will try to work out. There was a period on my life, a very short period, that I didn't work out a lot because I didn't have the motive and I didn't have the place to do so. I don't have any equipment at home, and the gyms in my country are closed due to COVID-19. But anyway, I'm trying to work out at home as much as I can, and of course working out, it's something that I'm very, very passionate about. And if it's anyone that knows me in real life, they know how passionate I am about working out as well. Okay, I will check a little bit now the conversation. Okay. Nick says that a cool thing you can do to stay focused and consistent is to treat yourself with something like, say, yourself study for 1 hour and then I will eat and eat a pizza. Yes, this is something that I've heard like a lot of people are doing. I want to try that as well. I haven't tried that yet, but I think that I want to try it as well. And also Nick says like if you're reading a book, for example, add treats in every 20 pages or smaller intervals depending on what your target is. This is also something real cool. I do something similar with that because I like to watch a lot of YouTube videos. Sometimes I say that if I study like for 30 minutes or 45 minutes, then I will treat myself with watching a YouTube videos, because like really I watch too much YouTube. Then Peter says surfing on magenta waves. I agree, don't multitask. Once I started focusing and put my phone on night mode, I became more effective. I agree with that. Like having your phone on silent mode or on airplane mode and stuff like that, it really helps a lot. I have noticed that with myself. What I do is like I'm logging off internet, at least from my phone, so I will not hear it at all. You know, the notifications and stuff like that, I will not hear it at all. And something else is that have your phone in a different room than the one you are studying, and this also helps a lot. At first you will feel the need to grab your phone, but I think that after some time you will get used to it. You will get used to not having your phone 24/7 with you. So this is something that helps. Try it. Okay, what else do we have? I covered that one. And then any tips for beginners that want to go in programming? I would say start from the simple things, and again, like have a plan on what you want to do. If you are a very beginner, maybe you don't have like a clear image with what you want to do, so try to discover that and do a lot of tutorials, like watch a lot of tutorials, but don't focus only on tutorials. Like really try to make some small projects on your own. And I hear a lot of people saying that they want to build something, but they, for example, I was also scared of asking questions, but then I realized that it's better to ask questions early in the process rather than waiting and like having more troubles or not being able to do a task. I don't know, at least that's how I feel. I know that there is also a problem with the people that are very new to the coding world, that sometimes they have too much information and they don't know what they don't know, so they cannot ask questions. So I would say to have your focus on the basic things and be sure that you have understand all the basic things. Ask questions even like on the basic things and on the things that you learn at first, and when you start feeling comfortable with that, also move on. There is also a question, and sometimes people ask, when should I move on? You should move on when you're feeling comfortable enough. Don't wait to be on a level of like 100%, because you will never be there. But as soon as you see that you got this, or you can do that and this, or things that it would take you like 30 minutes, now they take you 10 minutes. When you see that you are on that level, then move on. Yes, and again, like Nick says, don't get discouraged if you don't understand something or if you cannot retain some information. Developers are more of how we solve a problem than knowing how to code it. That's true. And we are meant to search for answers, not knowing everything. This is also true. Like a lot of people, when they are new in their career, they expect that they should know everything and they shouldn't Google. But this is like a very big mistake. Of course you will Google, and everyone Googles things. Like, don't expect to know everything. You have to understand something. You have to understand the concept, not knowing by heart how to do something. And this is something like really weird. I don't know why people think that they should know things by heart. No, that's not the point. You should understand things and you should know the concept behind something so you are able to code it. So that's also why sometimes it doesn't matter what language, like what coding language you know, because the point is you know how something works. To code something and to learn the syntax of it, it's quite easy, like eventually you will do it. The point is to understand it. Okay. I see that Vermek asked a question about tutorials in C. I'm not sure if I can help you with that because I don't know C. I learned C while I was in the university, but I have never worked professionally with it, or like I never had my mind in C, so I'm afraid that Vermek 13 I cannot help you in that. What else did we have? Okay, and then I got a question, React versus PReact, but I don't have like any opinion in that because I don't know these technologies. Okay, and I think that these were all the questions that I had. If you have like any other question for me, let me know and I will try to answer it. I think that I got one question on Twitter as well, so just give me a second very quickly to go on Twitter because I also had some questions there. And of course, if you have like any question, just write it into the comment section, into the conversation section, and I will check it. Also in Twitter, I recently, like today, I reached 13k followers and I'm very happy about that. Okay, just give me a second, please. Okay, I'm not sure if I can find the question right now because in Twitter like I have a lot of notifications, but I think that the question was about, so I think that the question was about good design courses, but again, like I'm not sure if I can give you a lot of help there because I'm not researching so much about design courses. I'm more interested in the UX part. So yep. Okay, and Peter have another question, and it says, can you remember how you got into sharing content like videos and posts? What was your motivation? Okay, Peter, this is actually a pretty good question on how I started sharing content. I started sharing content when I took part in the challenge of 100 days of code. So actually, like I could do that. Okay, we could have it like this probably. So I started with 100 days of code. Like I started sharing content when I was doing the challenge of 100 days of code, and I had to share what I was doing on Twitter. And before that, I wasn't using like Twitter at all, and I was quite afraid of using Twitter because like I was seeing some other developers and they were like very cool. I could see that they were doing some big projects. I couldn't understand a thing of what were they doing, so I was a little bit terrifying. But then I started using Twitter and sharing my progress. Sharing your progress is not the same thing as sharing content, because content usually goes for videos, as you said, and I don't know, informative posts and stuff like that. But while I was doing the challenge of 100 days of code, I also was coding some stuff from Free Code Camp. And as I was coding this stuff from Free Code Camp, I said to myself, why not record myself while I'm trying to solve those little projects. For example, when I was doing the tic-tac-toe game, which is a challenge from Free Code Camp, I said, why not record myself while I'm trying to solve this challenge? And I did that. I started like recording myself while I'm coding, and then I was putting that code on YouTube. So if you go back on my very first videos, you will see that on those videos I am not talking, there is like no voice, there is no music, there is nothing, it's only like plain code. So that's how I started with YouTube. Like, I was uploading videos of me coding several stuff that I liked. And then I saw that people like that, and they were also asking me on Twitter more questions about coding. So I started writing some simple blog posts about coding, and these blog posts were similar as my videos. So I was trying to explain to those blog posts what I was doing. If I was building a game, I was trying to explain what I'm doing into that game. If I was learning something new on JavaScript, I would try to explain what I'm learning and what is this new stuff. And also, if you know the creator Catalin Pete, he's an amazing developer and creator as well. He says the same thing as I am. He says that if you don't know what to make a blog about, just blog the thing that you're currently learning, and you will see that it's actually very, very helpful, and always there is someone that will be helped by your blog post. So yeah, I did that with YouTube, I did that with Twitter, and then this summer I decided to start using Instagram. I wasn't using Instagram, so yes, this summer I also decided to do that as well. And on Instagram I usually post smaller things, but they have to do with the work that I'm doing. So you will find a lot of tips about UX, code, motivation, and jobs. Okay, and also Peter says, weren't you nervous while coding on video? Well, my first videos were not live streams, so I could edit those videos. So that's why I was not very nervous, because you have like the editing. But I think it was this summer or maybe the last Easter that I was that I also did some live coding. And you know something, I wasn't nervous, and not because I am a good coder, but because like stuff happens all the time, like having a bug or cannot find an answer into something. This is something that happens in real life, so I don't mind not being perfect. And I have said that before, I'm not a perfectionist, so I will try to do something and I will try to do it as better as I can, but this doesn't mean that I will not stop doing it until it's perfect. No, I'm not like that. I want things to work, I want things to look nice, but again, this doesn't mean that I'm a perfectionist. So no, I am, and I was not very nervous while I was coding live. Okay, do you have like any other question? I'm not sure if I have covered anything. I will very quickly check my phone to see if we have like anything else on Instagram. Okay, as far as I can see, I'm also getting some questions about sharing some good courses about web development, and I already have a list on my YouTube channel with some of the best courses that I have took, and they helped me a lot. So I will leave the link for this these courses in the description box. But some of those courses, because I have taken them like several years ago, maybe they are not so good like currently, because we are talking about tech stuff and this stuff are changing all the time. But I will have my mind, and if I find anything else that it's really good, I will let you know, guys. I know that lately and Florin Pop, they released a course with 50 days 50 projects, and this course is like really good, so maybe you could also check that if you're interested in web development. Yes, Aman said, okay, I can see that my image, yes, I can see that my image is lagging a little bit. Okay, now I think that my image is quite better. Alright guys, I think that was it for today, and I will see you soon. If you want anything else, like, let me know. Thank you very much for watching, and I'm wishing you a lovely weekend. Stay home, stay safe, and see you really soon. Bye bye!